The iPekoSol group has launched a 1-month free solar energy training in Bamenda. Based in Yaoundé and Germany, the company and its team members decided to come to Bamenda and extend their laudable initiative aimed at empowering some young people in Bamenda.
iPekoSol.
I see energy mobility solutions.
iPekoSol.
Learn, build, empower, transform, powering a brighter tomorrow.
iPekoSol.
Empowering the next generation for a brighter, sustainable future.
Taking place on Friday, 3rd July 2026 at the auditorium of St. Frederick College, Mubambik Mankon. The orientation session saw organizers welcoming the over 35 registered participants who answered present. On behalf of the Chief Executive Officer of iPekoSol Group, Mr. Alain Gankepe, Mrs. Moskola thanked their partners, organizing committee, trainers, volunteers, and everyone whose dedication has made the initiative possible.
iPekoSol is from here, Bamenda, and we know what is happening in the region. So it's a way, our own way of giving back to the society, seeing how we can help the youth, because we know it's not easy with the school issue and all of that. Having a training aside other things, especially in solar energy, will be of great help to them.
Founded to provide innovative ICT and renewable energy solutions that improve lives, create opportunities, and transform communities into smart cities, iPekoSol assured its trainees that the free training will help them invest in themselves, their future, and the future of their various communities, as this will go a long way to change their mindset, build careers for them, creating employment, and so on.
Well, from what I'm seeing here, I believe that these people who have registered, they will achieve a lot. I believe that they will acquire all it takes to be able to electrify Bamenda, the Northwest region, the villages, their homes, neighbors.
The Chief Executive Officer's representative urged participants to be committed and disciplined throughout the 1-month session that will end on Saturday, 25th of July 2026, with awards of certificates to meritorious trainees.
After this training, some of them will become entrepreneurs. They will open companies and they will need to have a backup as solar experts. So with these certificates, it will serve as a backup that they are trained by a renowned company like iPekoSol.
The trainers, Engineer Awe Bless and Dr. Alomba Henry, were presented to the trainees. Speaking, Dr. Alomba Henry, an energy engineer and a certified energy auditor, outlined the content of the training, which includes 5 parts, namely:
So in part 1, we will give you general information and preliminaries on renewable energy technologies and solar energy technologies. We have 3 aspects there. General aspects on renewable energy. We're talking about solar energy technologies in that part 1. And still in that part 1, we're talking about the current energy situation of Cameroon, because we need to expose the deficiencies, the challenges that the Cameroon energy landscape goes through. So you see, now in the words of Adam Smith, he says that behind every challenge, behind every problem is an opportunity. So Cameroon suffers from power outages, grid unavailability, grid instability. All these things are opportunities for you to come in. Do you know that if Cameroon had grid stability and 100% grid unavailability, the solar market will really go down, and then we'll have professionals in this domain. We're not happy that we have such problems, but we take these problems as opportunities to build other skills. So I'll try to explain to you the current energy situation of Cameroon in that part 1. Then in part 2 of the program, we'll move to what we call PV system components. PV system components design. So we'll get to that, the very first of it. We'll be looking at the PV module, solar cell PV module, which is the heart, because that's the generator. We call it PV panel. We see that there are other technical ways of calling it. We look at that, all the components. We start with the panels or the modules, then we move toward the balance of system components. The charge controllers, the inverters, the batteries, the cables, the DC protection, AC protection, whatever system that comes together and have to put together. We look at all of this in details. Now, when we are through with this and the corresponding sizing, how many panels do I need? What size of charge controller? What inverter? What cable size? What circuit breaker? Or what fuse size do I need? All of these things, we look at them in details. And that is all about part 2. In part 3, we'll be looking at installation. Installation of PV systems. Now the installation has to do with a lot of things. We're looking at the kind of roof type, whether you're doing ground mounting, you're doing rooftop sizing. We'll look at all of these things. What are some of the components that are needed for your installation? What PPEs do you need? We look at the personal protective equipment that you need, especially going up the roof. We look at all of these things. We look at the tools that are needed. What tool set do you need to be able to do a solar installation? We're going to look at all of this in that part 3. Then in part 4, we'll look at maintenance, troubleshooting, and maintenance of solar systems. Because it's not just about installing. If it involves a problem and you're called, what is the first thing that you check? We look at some of those aspects as well. Then, the last part, which has to do with economic considerations, we're also going to look at that, looking at the business of solar energy installations. We look at that. But one thing that I want you to understand is that all along from part 1 to part 5, everything is going to be practical, inclined. I do hope that we are 80% practice and 20% theory. The theory is very important. Don't say that everything should be practical. No. We don't want people that can just go and hang panels on there. They don't know what is happening. You must understand the theory behind what you're doing. That's why there's a negative perception about solar energy technology. I don't know where you know that. Some people say that thing that you work. Have you heard something like that? That thing that you work. It's because we have a lot of people who just get up and just go and put panels. They don't even understand what is happening. And in a short time, the batteries fail. The inverter is not working. Because you just thought it's a simple thing, everybody can do it. No. In other countries, there's a regulation as to who installs solar systems. And I think there's a bill, the bill on the renewable energy in Cameroon is still in process. We do hope that it gets to being validated. Other countries have bills on renewable energies. Who installs what? Who checks what? We hope that that bill gets to promulgation so that Cameroon, the sector can be regulated as well. Because it's a professional sector.
Trainees during the orientation session asked questions which were answered to their satisfaction.
It's a jewel that iPekoSol is offering to the youths, particularly the youths of the Northwest region. It's a rare opportunity and a great privilege for them to queue in and be part of this training because the skills we're giving them are hands-on skills that are highly demanded in the job market nowadays.
And what should participants expect during this 1-month training?
Participants will be offered opportunities to size solar systems. They will be able to touch, they'll be able to connect, they'll be drilled on everything about installation of PV systems, and they will go back home with skills. And not just that, we're also looking at economic considerations. We're looking at how they can start up enterprises, the economic aspect of PV systems. So they'll go home with the power, the technical aspect of it, as well as the economic considerations that they have to put in place to be able to excel in the domain.
Being an expert in the field, what pieces of advice, specific pieces of advice do you have for participants in a bid to realize such an initiative?
There is no real learning without discipline. So we encourage the participants to be punctual, to take the lessons very serious because this is a technical training and it's something that has to do with a lot of risk as well. But everyone that takes the training serious is going to excel.
And listening to you keenly during your orientation session, it shows that in all it is a laudable initiative for the participants, could be your word of appreciation to iPekoSol for organizing such a training.
Thank you very much. I really praise iPekoSol because it's a laudable initiative, an initiative that is worth praising because very few companies would offer this high-end or high-paid professional training. And if iPekoSol is offering it to the youth free, it means that they are paying a big price to empower the youth in this domain.
They were handed free handouts that will guide them throughout the training session. It is worth mentioning that the iPekoSol team that will coordinate the free training session includes the General Coordinator Emmanuel Ndrembomienye, Finance Manager Mo Scholar, the Business Administrator Cha Delisa, the Facility Manager Lonang Joseph, the ICT Manager, and some volunteers. Some of the trainees could not conceal how they are poised to journey with the training and expressed gratitude to organizers.
I am Amma Wilson. I greatly appreciate the organizers. Trainings of this magnitude are difficult to come by because when we look at the capacity, the weight that they are putting on this training, I'm of the opinion that if many more of the youth out there can get this kind of training, then we will have more jobs being created.
How ready are you to journey throughout this training session?
I will say I am very ready. First of all, I am an engineer to that. So I believe that from here, I'm going to develop into some other level which will be bigger than what I already have.
My name is Bertrand, and I must say I am overwhelmed from Bamenda. So with the discouragement in our electricity, I must say with this innovation, I am seeing myself personally built up not just to empower myself, but to empower the entire community and to make sure with this knowledge I'm about to acquire now at iPekoSol, my goal is not just to remain within me, but to spread across nations and of course to spread across my community. Thank you, the management of iPekoSol. Thank you, the CEO, Mr. Allen.
I'm Quincy Valentine. I really want to appreciate this program for today. It is quite a big program because to get a program of this magnitude, which is free for the citizens of Bamenda, is not just anything you can pick from anywhere. And I really want to thank the organizers, that may God richly bless them, because the material and the knowledge involved is not that which you just get for free. But I know there is one expectation that iPekoSol is expecting from us, the trainees, that is giving out and empowering our communities, our villages with solar technology, and giving life to our parents back in the villages.
After some pictures to immortalize the beginning of the free training session, trainees retired with optimism as they look forward coming back on day 2 for the continuation of the training session that will go a long way to transform not only their knowledge but also their lives.
iPekoSol.
Empowering the next generation for a brighter, sustainable future.